Streaming. Technically speaking, this should start streaming. We're about to find out. 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 We're about to find. Oh yeah, it works. It absolutely works. Okay, if I go to content, click on live, it should show the live stream. It does show the live stream indeed. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, that works. Yep. Now if I go to here, actually let's click on it here. No, let's click on this button. And that should show me connect streaming software to go live. So is it not live? Oh, it is live. Hey, we're live. Are we live? Hello? Hello, hello, hello? Can you hear me? Oh, yes, you can. Awesome. Okay, it works. It works, it works, it works. Hello, 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 hello. Ah. Very long time no see. Very, very, very long time no see. Oof. It took me just right now, maybe like 2 hours to set the stream up. The camera stopped working. I haven't used it in so long. The softwares, all of them needed updating. I couldn't find the cables to anything. But yeah, finally got it to work. Hi, everyone. I can see the stream health there, but only here can I actually. From Croatia, I'm headed to Croatia in 2 weeks. On the 14th, I'll be in Croatia. Whereabouts? Where in Croatia? My username is not found. Hello, Habibi. Hello, Germany. Where in Croatia? I'm gonna be. Oh, look at my hair, by the way. It's usually a little more confined than this. I'm headed to Dubrovnik on the 14th of August. So I'm really looking forward to that. Really, really. Ah, Zadar. I've been to Zadar. I think 2023 or 2022. I went to Zadar. It's beautiful. Maybe we'll head up this time too. I'm going for an entire month, so I'll probably spend the most of my time in Dubrovnik, but then I'll probably head up. Hello, Spain. Oh, I suppose I'll be the obligatory from the US. Yes, you will, TV. Yes, you will. I have to start calling you TF. You changed your username. How many are we now? 23. All right, I'll start giving a little bit of an update on what's been going on. Basically, came back. I mean, you guys, most of you probably know this already. So, got back to Beirut in December, moved home, shut down the studio. Actually, finalized the move on the 1st of July. So I gave the keys back and moved everything into this little studio like room that I built in the house. I just have not been able to just get back into it. I've really been trying to. So I put the tripod, I put the light on. You probably can't see that. You definitely can't see that. But I put everything together, and then I just can't. I can't listen to music. I can't seem to be able to enjoy listening to music. I've been stuck in a loop of listening to one album, and it's actually this album. I'll show you which album I've been listening to. Foo Fighters. I've been listening to this. Echoes and Silence, Patience and Grace. This is the only album I've been able to listen to. And I've been listening to it on repeat every day. As I go to the office, I come back home, before I go to bed. It's the only thing I'm listening to for probably over a month now. And I can't receive new music. Like I don't even turn the radio on. I don't want to know what's happening. So yeah, I just have not been able to get back into it. I think for an entire 2.5, 3 year period, I was such a machine at doing this that, especially that last year, like right before the war, I was in the studio every single day. I was recording 1 or 2 videos a day, and we're editing like madmen and uploading and just having so much fun enjoying that. And then once that little break happened, and it was supposed to be a break for just a few weeks, and I had already recorded content while I was gone, while I was in Croatia for the summer. And when I got back, I just couldn't get back into it. The whole studio thing was a mess. Obviously, the war was still happening. I just could not get back into it, and then when I started, I recorded one video a month ago and went about uploading that, and then all these new YouTube guidelines, and then for like the past 3 weeks, all that's been happening on YouTube is videos are being blocked, like old videos from like the very first 2 weeks that we started this channel. Videos are being blocked. They're being, almost everything is demonetized. But anyway, we don't do this for that. But they're just being blocked. They're being blocked in territories all over the world. And for the life of me, I can't figure out what was happening. YouTube released an update talking about how they're going to demonetize and block a lot of the AI-generated content, which is great. Sure, by all means do that. I don't know if, because the timelines align, if that's what's happening with us, but I think, and from conversations I've had with a few of you, is that YouTube is basically, or the algorithm is just blocking a lot of music reactor content, and even other reactors that do things like, even if you're looking at TikTok videos or Instagram videos, you're getting blocked. Your videos are getting blocked. Some channels are getting strikes. Some channels have been taken down entirely. So it's it's very risky to upload content right now. Manar, dude, I miss you. How are you, man? How are you? Dude, I miss you so much. I'll ping you on Instagram after this. I hope you're keeping well. I hope everything's good on your end. So yeah, that's really been it. It's like not finding, because once the rhythm is there, I know I'm a machine. Like I'm gonna just get at it, and the happiness, because I get happy and I get energized from a good routine. I love that. So once I start doing something day in and day out, that gives me energy and it makes me really, really happy. And I have not been able to just jump back in and do that. And so now I'm going to Croatia for the summer. So I'm going 14th of August. I'll be back on September 20th. Hopefully this entire YouTube thing with blocking videos will somehow just get better. Because, I mean, really for these channels, like at least, because I watched a few of the videos that I did in the beginning, right? And in the beginning, I was very shy. I was very coy. I did not let myself sort of describe what I was listening to or talk about it from like a professional standpoint. I was still so very reserved. But then as I started to really be okay with what I'm doing, and
I think my videos do add value to people. I think that I am in a way being critical of what I listen to, and you know, especially live performances and what's happening, and sharing my own experience, bringing that. So I think I do add value to the content, and I think that's the entire what fair use, what counts as fair use, is that you're adding value to the bit of content, but that still means that videos get blocked. So I've disputed almost 100 of these, and it's a manual process. So you have to dispute every single one, and not many of them at all are actually. I mean, the claims are they're still claiming them, so they're still being blocked in a lot of parts. So if you notice on the channel that some of your videos that you watch, you can't find them anymore, they're actually still there. It's just that they're blocked in a lot of countries. So I'm not even sure which countries it is, because every video is being blocked differently in different places. So what I am doing now, and this is because I've been watching a lot of Rick Beato, and is appealing. So there's two steps. There's a dispute and there's an appeal. You dispute, it takes up to 30 days, and then you know they don't release the claim, and then your video gets blocked or something happens to it. If you dispute, the video goes, I think, offline for a few days, and then if they don't get back to you within the week or something like that, your video is released. There is, though, this really terrifying thing, is that if you appeal a video, it can be taken down, and it can get your channel a strike. And if you get a strike, I think you can't upload content for a while, and then if you get 2 strikes, it's a longer while. 3 strikes, your channel's taken down entirely. So it's terrifying. You know what I mean? Anyway, I've been talking a lot. Let me just read some of the stuff. I've been playing my own stuff every day for a month now. It's fun, but yeah, it can get hard, dude. But once you get that rhythm in, it starts to energize you. I need to check out what you're doing on your channel. Yeah, I hope things work out for you. Love to see more of you. You should check out Sydney Chris on Britain's Got That. I watched a small clip of, I can't remember the name of the person on one of the Got Talent shows. I was destroyed at the person's voice. If your videos weren't adding value to the time spent, I would watch them. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Roll off. Hello. I'm not sure I want to risk that kind of man. But yeah, so be also careful with gaming content, because so this thing happened a while back where all the GTA content, there was a specific like 3-second audio clip that wasn't claimed by someone that can content claim or create IDs behind content, which is either video or audio. Like you can claim that. So usually labels will claim this bit of audio and this bit of video for their artists. So there was this one person that, and everyone's using this little 3-second clip in their like meme content. So excuse me. What this person are doing was they were able to claim that content ID for themselves for that 3-second clip that everyone uses, that audio clip. And so basically they demonetized every single video on YouTube that uses that clip, and they started making the money. And some of these creators, right, the gaming creators, are like 2-3 hour long videos, which I enjoy watching. And now all of their work is being claimed by some person, some random person. So also be careful with that. Anything that has audio in it, basically, just be careful of it. Yeah. Yeah, still the claim thing. I really hope they fix it. Like, it really needs to be fixed. And I really think labels need to become more modern in the way that they think. Like, a label's biggest struggle now is being able to push their artists, especially that, you know, they don't control TikTok, they don't control Instagram, they don't control these platforms, you know, but you need your music out there. There is no better way to get music across to people than in these audiophile communities. Every music reactor, or in the collection of music reactors together, that is the definition of an audiophiles community. Like, we love to listen to music. We love discovering music, and we share that music with each other. Like, I'm talking me to you and every other reactor with their audience, and even because we share a lot of the same audiences. So there is no better way to push a great artist than to go through music reactors. It just makes sense. You know, when you want to push a restaurant, you go get your foodies, your food influencers, and they try the food. And if they're honest, obviously, they're gonna go ahead and talk about you. And the next thing you know, your place is filling up, your orders are coming in. Like that's literally how the world works. It's that simple. For some reason, labels don't get that. They just don't get it, you know? And we're not saying you want to make the money from the videos, make the money. Make the money. No one's talking to you about the money, but let the videos stay alive. You know, it's not a replacement. If someone watches someone talking about a performance while they're watching it, it is not a replacement for listening to the song. It's insane. It's got to stop. And I just really hope they get to it. Saludos. So much new music through reaction channels. Yeah. Like I've discovered so much new music through this channel. Thank you, Steve. I miss you. I hope everything's going great. So good to see you. Ask to watch your. No, we're good, man. We're good. So far, we're good. I mean, yeah. Thank you, Shelby. Yeah. We're good. We're good. I think. I mean, hopefully, we're still good. We'll find out in about a month, but hopefully things will stay settled and as is. It's a system in the industry. Maybe. All I know is the way labels used to market their artists. So a label, an A&R at a label would work really hard to find an artist, and then they would do everything they can to get budget to be able to push that artist. And the way we'd push artists before is you'd go to the radio and you try and get them as many gigs as possible. And that's how artist discovery happened. Today, what labels are doing is they will dish out money. So it's like a share of voice war. It's like Universal, Warner, EMI, they'll come in and they'll dish out as much money as they can to buy people's catalogs, to buy artists, to sign artists to their label. And they'll sign 100. And if one of them works out, really that's all that they need. But by signing those 100 artists, and the way the contracts work is, it really depends on how good you are at having that conversation with them. But for the most part, it's like, I think the label will make something like 80% of the streaming revenue. The artist gets 20. In some cases, it goes up to like 9,500% maybe or something like that. But what the labels will do is they will commission you basically to write songs. So, and a lot of us don't know this. So they'll come in and be like, okay, here's $100,000 and we want 5 songs a year from you for the next 3 years. This is the contract that's happening. But the labels own those songs, not the artist. The artist is credited as a writer on those songs, so they get publishing rights. But the label owns the songs, not the artist. And so they can go ahead and do whatever they want with it. And because they're these old school businesses and they still have to, and the law is so outdated, they enforce it in whatever way they need to enforce it to try and optimize their revenues, because they've paid a fixed cost for this song and they need to try and make every dollar that they can from it. And they really don't offer any support. And then for the artist, the only way they can make money is through live performance, because they barely make anything from streaming. I think, what was it, Snoop Dogg or something posted something maybe a couple months ago where it's like, I've got, I don't know, I'm just going to say anything now, 2 billion or 10 billion streams on Spotify, and he made something like, I don't know, like $1 million from it, from 3 billion streams or whatever the amount was. It was an insane amount. Like, how does that make sense, dude? How does that make sense? You know, it's the label made all the money, you know, and the artist gets the short end of it. And then the only way the artist can make money is if they do live shows. And sometimes, maybe most times, the label will also take a cut of your live performances. Place I don't write any of my own stuff, but I can't imagine selling my catalog to a label. Yeah, you're not just selling your current catalog, right? You're selling your future catalog, like, and that's just weird. An artist will get paid $10,000 to write a song and hand it over to someone else. It's your face, it's your voice, it's your artistry, it's your guitar skills, it's your all of that, and then you're handing it over to a label, and then that label is going to take that song and try and make as much money as humanly possible from it. And you do get a little bit of the publishing because you're credited as a writer, but a very small bit, a very very tiny small bit of it is what you end up getting. And we don't know this, you know what I mean? Like we really don't know this. Like a lot of the time, and I know we all do this. An artist that we love, we will go online and we will stream their songs over and over and over and over and over because we want them to be happy. We want them to make it. We want more great music coming out of them. And then you find out that they're not making anything out of it. It's just the label somehow got them into a room, convinced them. It happened. I know I'm making it sound horrible. Oh, labels are the big bad people. They're not. They're just regular people doing their jobs, and a lot of them do great work, you know. And we do have to credit that a lot of the great artists in history that have been discovered have been thanks to label. I'm not trying to build a conspiracy theory here. I'm just saying that it's at a point in time where it needs a revision. The legality of it needs a revision. The contractuals of it need a revision. Labels need to be brought into this modern day and age, and it must be for the benefit of the artists. And because that happens, then it'll be for the benefit of us as well as the listeners and the enjoyers of the music and the art. That is absolutely why Dimash won't sign with the company. That's probably why Angelina did not renew her contract. So, in retrospect, what happened with Angelina was probably that she had a contract with the label to write a few songs. She completed her commitment to them, and then she's like, I'm not doing it again. And usually, what labels will do is they will try to be like, okay, so you gave us 3 songs for X amount. How about now we're going to double that rate for you, for example? Or you know what, your songs didn't do well enough, so we're going to bring your rate down, for example. That's how that conversation would go. Whoa. I look at the screen back there because I've got all the it tells me how many people are watching the stream. That's the computer I usually game on. So I haven't even been gaming at all. I've been going to work, coming back from work, and just I hang out with my kid. Man, how cool is it having a kid? If I knew that this is how amazing it felt, man, I probably have like 5 of them right now. I'm 38 and I'm a dad. You know what I mean? Like first kid at 38. If I knew, probably would have gotten it done much earlier than this. But yeah, it's an absolute blessing, you know? If you know, you know. If not, you know what I mean? We all make choices in life. I had made the other choice for the longest time until I decided to go the other route, and I can't explain it, dude. It's just pure joy and happiness. So yeah, I go to work. I wake up early, by the way. I'm waking up at like 5:30 in the morning every day. I take a walk. I go to the gym. I go to work. I finish work. I come back home, hang out with my kid, hang out with my wife, and then I'm usually just rewatching a show or re-listening to an album. Last month it's been this Foo Fighters album, and I just pass out on the couch, and then I get up a few hours later and go back to bed. Like this has been my routine for this entire period. Is there anything better in life than an iced latte? Really, iced latte, full fat milk. I can't believe how good that tastes. It's absolutely delicious. Okay, that's good. So it's pushing independence up. So it is pushing independence. So, and this is the other side of it, is that, you know, platforms like Spotify, platforms like Apple Music, they really do help push artists, independent artists. But here's the thing, is that the contracts that the labels have with the streaming platforms, and again, this is why I say everything needs to be revamped really entirely, not even just looked at. So Sony, Universal, these big guys, what they'll do is they'll come in and they'll negotiate with Spotify. They'll be like, we want better rates for our artists. We have, the biggest artists in the world. We want better rates for their streams. So they will pay them a higher rate. So let's say you get, I don't know, I'm just going to say a number. They pay out half a cent per 1,000 streams. For the artists of the big labels, they'll pay something like, I don't know, maybe a full cent per 1,000 streams. So it becomes in Spotify's interest to actually not promote the big artists or the potential artists of these new labels. So even if you have someone like an Angelino sign with a major label, it's not in Spotify's benefit to promote label artists. People are going to stream Bruno Mars. People are going to stream The Weeknd. Like those are going to happen. That's for granted. But all these new up and coming label artists, they're not going to be streamed because the algorithm at Spotify is geared to make them more money. So they're going to be promoting indie artists a lot more than new label artists because they make more money off of those streams. Spotify's and the other players in the market. That's how it works. So yes, indie artists can now break through and do that, but they're making less money than what other artists will make that are signed to a big label. And those artists that are newly signed to a label won't get enough streams because it's not in the best interest of Spotify. So what is this broken system that people are using? Just can we go back to buying CDs and buying cassettes? Listen, I'm down to buying cassettes again. I remember we'd save up money, we'd go down to the record store, you'd buy one album, maybe if you're lucky 2 albums, and you'd listen to those albums for weeks and weeks and months at a time before you could afford to go buy another one. And then when Virgin did because we had a Virgin Megastore, you could go in there and listen to like 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds of a track. That was insane. So we'd go do that. But how enjoyable was music discovery? And then you'd pay that money, that you'd own the music and you could listen to it whenever you want. Now it's just, I'm ranting. I'm starting to rant. The boat is not to sail, dude. I met this really cool dude in Dubai over a work trip. Had his first kid at 51. It's changed his life entirely. It's given him back like 30 years of energy. He's having a beautiful time. Do you get something when you play video? Because, man, I miss Juan Gabriel's video action from you, and I'm replaying that. So, I do, depending on the video. So the vast majority of videos on any reactor's channel are demonetized. That means that the money goes towards the label, towards YouTube. So the reactor doesn't actually make any of the money. So, I'll give you an example. I have a video with 1 million something views, and I've made like $2 off of that video. But at the same time, I have really cool videos like the Angelina Jordan documentary or the Juan Gabriel documentary. Like those ones, even though they have far fewer views, but they actually generate a fair amount of money. So I remember the Angelina documentary probably cost, between editing and sourcing stuff and doing that and just man hours built into it, probably cost us like $500, $600 to make. And it's already paid back that amount and made like $300 or $400 on top. Just one video, imagine. So that one video probably made like $1,000. But the vast majority of videos, the reaction ones, they won't make any money. So I'd say conservatively 70% of the videos are demonetized for the reactor. So the majority of the money is made by the labels and by YouTube, because YouTube makes half of any money generated on YouTube. I remember, even the electric callboy videos, and I could not believe this, that there was, I would put up a video and it wouldn't get demonetized. Like usually you upload a video, immediately it's demonetized or blocked. The electric callboy videos would just go live. And then all of a sudden, it's just chain of emails. Blocked, demonetized. Like every single email I get is just a video being blocked, demonetized, including the artists like Electric Callboy, including the Angelina videos, including Dimash. Dimash was always actually, because The Dimash stuff always gets blocked in Russia. Always gets blocked in Russia, and I don't know why, but that's just part of what would happen. I have a couple of nephews that unfortunately I don't see so often, but they're awesome, dude. I mean, you just go see them. You know what I mean? I have to be at that. I guess. No, dude, don't say that. I'm telling you, you still have. My friend's 51, 51, 51. He's having the time of his life with a 1-year-old right now. It's, never say it's too late. You know what I mean? Never say it's too late. If you want it, you know what I mean. You can work on it. You can imagine. Tim Faust from Home Free has said that even putting his own music in, yeah. That's happened. So remember, I made a reaction to the JLP show. Sorry. We had put out a bunch of covers on the JLP show channel, and so I reacted to one of those. Every single cover we put out there, and you don't have to do this, but we like to do this because we like to be in the right. We went ahead and secured the licenses to be able to cover the songs. And in those licenses, you get to cover streams. So you're like up to 100,000 streams. And if you go over 100,000, you have to like license for more streams and whatnot. So I reacted to one of those videos. The video got blocked. The video got blocked by the JLP show. I blocked my own video and I could not reverse that because it's automated. So it's like the entire system, man. Steve, you softy. You beautiful, beautiful soul. LPs and cassettes, man. I remember my Sony Walkman. I remember that. I was my best friend in the world, that Sony Walkman. I would go everywhere with that. I would always have extra batteries in my backpack because music was everything. It was everything. That's it. Like I would live for music. I would live to listen to music. I couldn't wait to wake up in the morning to listen to music, you know? Over recess, listen to music. On the ride back home, listen to music. Like it was everything. Pass out to music, you know? The headphones on and just pass out on the floor sometimes just listening to music. I'm not entirely sure why, Kev, it gets blocked, but you can't really ask. I mean, you try to. Sometimes you try to reach out to them, but it just doesn't work out. We have a Croat in Germany. Hello to you, Croat in Germany. Kev, it's good to see you too, man. Bye, Manar. Bye. I'll ping you on Instagram. We'll chat. The seating waterproof Walkman, dude. I remember. Do you guys remember listening to the radio and recording songs off the radio? Like our love language was mixtapes. I remember this. Every girl I ever had a crush on, I'd just make a little mixtape, and then just go there and here, this is for you, and give her the cassette. What a time. What a time. Now, what's the equivalent of that? I share my playlist. Like, there's so much less energy in that it's not as meaningful as it was. Hi, Medina. Hello, Anubis. Hello, Poland. Dude, I cannot find any of the stuff. I'm so happy you have that. I never owned an iPod, right? But I did find, what was it called? It was the Microsoft equivalent. The Views? What was it called? The Zune? Was it called the Zune? I found that not too long ago, back at my parents' place, and it was busted. Used to make cassettes for LPs. Me and a friend of mine, we used to come back to my place after school, And so we'd sit and we had this, I forgot, it was a beautiful Sony system. Very basic, two speakers and two cassette decks, and then obviously radio. But it had a microphone input. So what we would do is we would put in the cassette, and we would try and record the songs off of the radio. So whenever the signal came in, this is the song we wanted. We'd start recording it, and then once that song is done, because you have limited space on the cassette, once that song is done, we'd stop the recording, but then we'd start recording our own voice. So sort of like making it seem like you're listening to us on the radio, and we'd make those tapes and then we'd listen to them later on. And that was just so much fun doing that. Hours and hours and hours of our life. I don't want to say wasted because that was such a beautiful experience, but just doing that stuff. Yeah, you gotta click them both. What was it? Record and play at the same time? Is that what we used to click? Because the record wasn't clickable on its own, so I think we'd have to click both to make that happen. What a time that was. How precious was music. How unbelievably precious was music. It did, by the way. It absolutely did do that. Oh, see, this is now that I'm doing this, I'm so happy that I'm actually doing this because it makes me happy. It gives me back my energy. I need to just get back into this rhythm and it'll be amazing again. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's listen to some music together and see what happens with this stream. Although it could get taken down, should we not risk it? Although there is a song that I have wanted to actually listen to that I've been assured won't get us a strike or anything like that. So should we do that? Should we try and do that? It's a Lara Fabian song, so we can go ahead and try to do that. I have to remember how to do this a little bit, though. Is it like this? Uh-huh. Okay, it's not letting me go there. Why not? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me try and figure this thing out. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Can you hear the audio for this?
On y va, Chris?
Yeah, we can hear the audio. Watch the copyright strike. No. See, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of playing this video right now. Absolutely terrified of playing this video. The queen it is. This video is courtesy of Kevin. So if the stream does get taken down, we can all blame Kevin. I'm kidding. I think you would like to see his videos singing Tennessee Whiskey. I have not heard of Karen Leon. Man's World 7 2024. Okay. I keep a Sony turntable with a new cartridge. I have box and box of great. Oh, dude. I remember when my grandparents passed away. When my jiddo passed away, my grandfather and then my grandma passed away. And then my dad pulled into the house this record collection. I want to say something like 300 LPs. And they're still sitting at my parents' house somewhere. And they don't have a vinyl player. So maybe I should get my dad a vinyl player. He'd probably enjoy that. But we've got stuff from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, maybe the 50s. Like incredible albums. There's probably some rare stuff in there that I need to go into and just dig up and make a whole thing out of it. Because listening to stuff on vinyl is a complete different experience, especially the older stuff. Because Vinyl is alive. So with time, it actually changes. And so if you listen to the song on a vinyl today, it doesn't sound exactly like it sounded like 20 years ago when you first bought the vinyl, or 40 years ago. It has morphed, it's changed, it's twisted. It's a little different than what it was in the beginning when it was freshly recorded. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Cassettes are like that as well. It's analog, it's alive. It's not like CDs, it's not like MP3s or dot wave files. Okay, let's watch this video together and pray and pray and pray and pray. Wait, Kev, you want to give us some background on this before we start watching? Is it I am Awa? Oh, it has lyrics. Okay, awesome. Is it? So I'm assuming it's not going to be in English. I've seen some vinyl players sell for like $40 and $50. Okay. So Kev will give us a little bit of a background on this, and then we'll click play and watch it together. And then meanwhile, if someone else has a video that we could watch together that won't get us a copyright strike or taken down, we can try that as well. We need to figure out how to put this thing together where we're all able to speak to each other and not just through chat. Maybe we'll do like a big Zoom call or a Google Meet, and we'll all be online there. But this is not the one that has both lyrics embedded? Okay. Wait, it does. It's got 2 lines of text there. Hello, David. Thank you. Okay. Shoot through the link. I've got our chat open, by the way, so you can just shoot it here. I'm going to send you a hello. Hello. Oh. I'm going to take some of the gear with me to Croatia. So I'm going to take the camera with me. I'm going to take one of the microphones. I've got this one, I've got that one, and I've got... Where's that other one? This guy. Oof. This is the one I started the channel with. Oh no, it's bent. Why? Right? I'm not just seeing it. Something's wrong with it, right? I know what's wrong with it. Iana made her way into the room and probably dropped it. That's okay. This is, I remember saving up to get this microphone. This was such a big deal for me to buy. It was, I think it was retail $525, and then in Lebanon, getting it here after taxation, the customs, probably like $750 or something like that. But I remember saving up to buy this just so I could like record voiceovers at home for ads and other stuff. But this was, it's heavy. It's a very heavy thing. Listen, man. Sometimes a $25, like my favorite sounding guitar cost me $15 to buy. So you never know. Okay, this is the one. Okay, got it. Kev has sent us the link. Let's go over here. We do this. I gotta click on this now. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, now we can watch it. Just catching up on comments. Dimash will definitely get blocked immediately. Thank you, Mileva. Thank you. Listen, if it works, it works. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's watch this thing.
On y va, Chris?
Wait, let me know if you guys can actually hear the audio from it.
Enter the space in the dark. Search for your own spark. Enter the splash of your whole undivided mind. Don't pray for love and love yourself. Don't kill your pain, make it your strength. Hear your wisdom calling within, holding your every desire, playing with your morning heart. Feel all and nothing. Nothing is alive inside this vacuity. Your throne, your kingdom will be ruthless. Your company will hurt. Most of your dreams will be shattered by a
I'm just thinking of sitting in the studio recording. So when you're doing that, what usually you do is so there's two ways to go about this. There's the more traditional, never done this day and age anymore, which is you do one takes. By one takes, I don't mean you do the one take and you're done with it. I mean you have to record the whole song in one take. And then what you do is you'll record it again and again and again, and then you'll start to splice the pieces together to make it sound the way you had intended for it to sound. So that's the more traditional way to do this. What happens in this day and age is that you'll have the structure of the song, and then you'll be like, okay, let's record the chorus first. And then you do like 20 takes of just the chorus. And then if you say something in this take of the chorus that sounds like it could be better for a third chorus somewhere else or towards the end of the song, then you can just take that bit and plug it in there. And so what you actually have is a song that is recorded in bits and not in a linear order. It'll just be based on the energy, what you're feeling. You know, if it's you're singing some loud parts or some more intense parts, you'll do those first, right? And then you'll do the simpler parts. And that doesn't... One thing that happens when you do that is that it's very engineered, and some of the energy, the emotion behind the song itself doesn't get plugged into that. Because when you're singing something start to finish, you're storytelling, you're narrating. So when I listen to her do this and seeing the live performances that she does and knowing that she's such an incredible storyteller and she's a narrator, I would bet everything I own that she probably goes the first route, which is, let me tell the whole story start to finish. And if I don't like something that I did there, or I think I can do that better, let me do the whole thing again. You know what I mean? It just feels to me like that is the right way to do it. And that's probably the way that she goes ahead about it. She goes about it.
crimes will deny how splendid you are. You will be human. Up here, no fear. Up here, no fear. I am, you are the light of your heart, of yourself.
Yeah, definitely, that's what she does.
J'en profite vu qu'il y a une caméra, qui commande d'être complètement naturel, pour te dire que tu es un génie.
Ah, je me suis
Et comme ça sera sur, sur la bande.
Ok, bon, alors dis comme ça.
Tu es un génie. Tu es un putain de génie.
Wait, you can't hear the audio? Thank you, Janine. Thank you. Can you hear the audio or not? Let me try to increase the volume a bit. Okay. You can hear it fine. Okay, I heard it. Okay, good. So I raised it. I raised the volume a bit. So cover your ears just in case. I doubled the volume. So be aware of that just in case.
Extraordinaire. Donc alors c'est tous les deux, mais je peux te dire, voilà, c'est le plus bel album que j'ai jamais fait. Cheers. Merci.
Drums sound like a heartbeat. Is it over?
Elle est sublime cette chanson. Franchement, bravo à Jenny Kluwer sur le coup de cette mélodie réadaptée. Là.
So this is a cover.
Magistral. C'est tellement juste, c'est tellement ce qu'il fallait. Elle est extraordinaire cette chanson.
Ah, c'est magnifique.
It's a cover. Or she's talking about the writer of the song.
Elle a la taille pour tout clôturer.
Elle a la taille pour tout clôturer, c'est juste.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, my browser's too small, the browser window. I can't actually read this. Benevolence, I read that. Well-being, practicing self-compassion, cultivating self-respect. Okay, I can read it. I don't need glasses yet. Different aspects of self-love, showing kindness, prioritizing needs, having compassion for oneself, valuing oneself, and having confidence in one's abilities, and therefore some serenity to the next challenges faced. So Janie Kluwer co-wrote the lyrics with Lara. Janie's an accomplished singer-songwriter and friend of Lara. Okay, cool. Re-enters a piece of another melody. Okay. That's just the beauty of being in the studio and the stuff that can happen. Going back to something that TB you were saying, because if you look at that microphone that Lara's using in the studio, obviously that's probably like a $30,000-$40,000 microphone, but it would be interesting to hear her sing through a $25 microphone, you know, and because it's about technique that you use. Because you can sing on a $25 mic, you just have to know how to, right? It's how far you put it away, how you move things, because you can probably foretell what the notes are actually going to sound like, what's going to cap out, what's going to go flat, and you could probably do a good job out of it. So that would be interesting. It'd be a good experiment. It would be a nice experiment to see Lara sing through that. This is that empathy she has with her voice, and I think I've said this before, right? She has such a haunting quality to her voice. It's when there's a feeling in mind, she can bring that across to you. She can actually infect you with that feeling that she's intended, and I think that's the greatest quality that a singer can have, is that you don't have to have the greatest voice in the world. You really don't. But if you have that ability, you know, and really the greatest singers we've discovered on this channel, that's what they can do. They can do that for you. That's why Dimash is so loved, because he's able to do that. That's why I fell in love with many reasons. I fell in love with Nightwish, but one of the main reasons I fell in love with was Floor's ability to do that as well. So it's being able to make you feel that emotion, whether it's serious or haunting or terrifying or love or abuse, you know, or anything else for that matter across the spectrum. That's the most fundamental quality, I think, of a great singer. Not to have a generational voice. I mean, obviously that helps. That's why Lara's Lara. But it's that ability that trumps it all. Sing through a really crappy microphone. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? What a thing that would be if I did that. That would be great. That would be absolutely great to be able to do that. Oh, I wish. If I was based somewhere else, if I was based out of Europe or based out of the States, then this thing would have probably evolved to become like a podcast where we can get people into the studio and have conversations with them. But as things are right now, Lara can sing through a trash can and make it sound good. Wait, I read a comment, I think, while I was doing. So Lara is obviously a great singer, but very bad at communicating with her audience. So I haven't seen enough to actually be able to judge that. But based on what I know about her so far is, and I think this is also something that I've said while reacting, is that the reward from watching Lara is the entire performance, like the entire act that she's building for you. And that's what she's doing. You're coming in there and she wants you to walk away with a full experience, A to Z. So maybe in that live moment, what she's doing is being completely in character to bring justice to the performance, song by song, act by act throughout the set, and for the whole thing together. So she doesn't come across as one of those, like, she's not Coldplay performing a 2-hour gig and taking breaks in between songs and be like, hey everyone, is everyone having a great time? You know, it's not that kind of thing. You're going there because she's very serious about that performance, about the art, about giving you that experience. And that's the thing, is that she's focused on the audience to give them that experience. So I understand that she might not communicate. Again, I haven't seen enough to be able to obviously, but from what I've seen so far, she is a serious artist. And so she's serious about making sure that the audience gets the experience that's designed and engineered for them. And she does a fantastic job at doing that. And obviously she works really hard to build it and put it all together. So I think that's probably why maybe you get that sort of a feeling. Hi, Eric. Okay, cool. So let me give you just some updates on what's happening. So I'm going to Croatia on the 14th. I'm going to be there for a month. I've actually rented a little small tiny room and out away from the house. And so that's going to be my office, and that's going to be my little mini studio space. So basically once I get there, I'm going to set everything up, and I'm going to be able to just, because life is a lot slower there than here. in the best way possible. I mean that. So that means really early mornings, and that means that I have a lot more time, and hopefully I get to re-energize after what's been a crazy year, really, for all of us. And so while I'm there, hopefully I'll do more of these lives, and hopefully YouTube will finally just let us thrive again as reactors. I've got 5 videos ready to go public. I'm just waiting for the disputes to come through. So hopefully those come through and I can publish them for you. Some of them are old. One video was blocked, became unblocked, so I'm disputing it just to make sure that, I'm not in the wrong. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's basically the update on my end. That being said, the studio in the house is done. So that means that once I'm back, it's just literally click of a button on the camera and I'm recording. And these lives as well, I can do as many as I can. It's just about finishing my day, coming back home, going online for an hour or so, and we get to hang out together. So those are really the updates on my end. And yeah, I miss you all so much. I'm very disappointed at me for not being able to publish more on the channel. Like even before the whole YouTube thing happened, I think I needed some downtime. I needed to sort of disconnect mentally, maybe for a bit, and maybe again, I don't like to self-analyze too much, but maybe that's what happened. Or maybe it's that thing that I started this entire stream with, which is I'm a lover of routine. I love building habits and integrating them into my routine and just doing things like that. It re-energizes me. It makes me such a happy person to know that I'm doing this now and this now and this now. And it just gives me an infinite loop of energy. And that's what was happening for 2.5 years. So started doing 3 videos a week, then 5, then 7 videos a week. And non-stop, I would love to finish work, go to the studio, record, come back. And the studio was away from my home, So now the studio's in the house. So it's literally just about reestablishing that rhythm. And once that rhythm is there, that infinite energy would come back in and the videos will start rolling out again. And more importantly than the reaction videos, because if YouTube stays on this current trend, if the algorithm keeps blocking music reaction videos and other reaction videos, then that passion that we had for building these audio documentaries, these documentaries about artists and genres, that will kick into high gear. I cannot tell you enough how much I love doing that. So that'll probably become, if reactions are no longer sustainable as a form of content on YouTube and the channel gets taken down, then the pivot will be building these documentaries and hopefully getting artists on board to do some kind of an interview with them, talking about just having one-on-ones with you on camera. Literally, we'll get on a Google Meet, a Zoom call, and we'll just talk about individual musical journeys that people have as listeners, what music means to us. And that'll sort of become the focus of the channel, more on the intent of music, the outcome of music, the journey of music with real people versus reacting to music. Maybe, again, this is something that we had written down 2 years ago that we wanted to do, but building the channel was obviously coming through reacting to music because that's what brought everyone in to begin with. But yeah, that's it. Listen to Anna and May Canterit Roxanne cover. I would love to do that, but I feel the channel might get taken down. I don't know if this is a donation to the channel or sort of to request it or do that. In all cases, no money made from the streams comes to the channel. So not at least until we figure out if the video after the live is done can be monetized, or else it all goes to YouTube. So I need to figure out how to refund you for this. I have to do it from there. I'll figure out how to refund you for this, and I promise I'll do my best at doing that. But usually, once YouTube grabs the money, they wouldn't want to give it back. But let me see if that's a thing that I can do. I have to do it on the other system once it's done. Enjoy your insights. Exactly the opposite of the feedback I received from these people. I don't know who told you otherwise. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's the conversation? What happened? The problem for me is these speeches are scripted, repeated show after show, and not personal at all. It's good to see you. Oh, okay. But that is part of the performance. We do have a documentator create. I should be editing something right now, but I can't wait. No, go edit. The stream is going to end in a few minutes anyway. So go do your editing. 2 hours show. I'm not interested in speeches or conversations. She's thinking about this shit. And Adona Abufufo. I just want to make sure that I didn't come off as not thankful. So it's very much appreciated. And thank you very, very, very much for that. Really, it means a lot. To connect with the audience is misinformed or true. I see everything. I know what I experienced and more so during her show. The other shows do not matter. To be fair, just because it's scripted doesn't mean it. Make love, not war. I'm going to enjoy the chat now. Someone get me some popcorn. So, before I leave you, since I've been listening to this album nonstop, and this is really the song that I've been stuck on the whole time. It's just this. It's called Home. On the album Echo Sounds, Patience and Grace by the Foo Fighters. Yeah, that's it. The stream gets blocked right there for half a second of audio. But I definitely highly recommend this song. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful track, especially once you listen to the whole album. And if you're feeling it, if you're feeling it, that song will it'll make you feel something. It definitely will. I'll listen to it privately. I promise. I'll do that. Let me just put it here on the side. There. And then May Cantorate. Oh, Milky Chance. I know Milky Chance. It's the is Milky Chance that I want you, you can nick it on the floor, something like that. Is that Milky, or am I confusing it? Yeah, Soul and Dance. That's it. Yeah. Wow. 12 years ago? That song is 12 years old now? Oh my God. It's got 1 billion views. Oh my God. You need to see this. You need to see this. You're not going to believe this. Look at that. It's 12 years old. 12 years old. Where does the time go? And it's 1 billion views. 1 billion. 1 billion views. Really? 9925. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. Buckethead is great. Bye, Shelby. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, 2 of the reactions that I have preloaded are the warning, but all the warning reactions got some of them demonetized, some of them blocked. So I just want to add one thing to the argument on scripting, not scripting. So we performed 5 nights a week for a very long time. almost 15, 16 years. 4 or 5 nights a week we played, and we traveled and we came and we went, and it was a beautiful thing. And even now we still have the conversation of getting back into it. And here's the thing, show after show, things develop during the shows. You crack a joke, you sort of bring in a song into another one, you change the order, and it brings life to the entire set. So instead of performing 20, 30 songs, you know, now you're performing an experience instead of just those 20, 30 songs. And I kid you not, some of the jokes that we put together, and this is what stand-up comics do, right? A stand-up comic will go on stage every night of the week for 3 years performing their special. And it's a performance. You can say it's scripted. Obviously, it's scripted. Every song is scripted. Lyrics are written and the notes are put down. So if that's what you mean by scripted, but everything is scripted when it comes to performance, unless it's someone just grabbing a microphone on an open mic night and not being prepared for it. But it adds to the storytelling and, more importantly, to the experience the viewer gets. So you're sitting there in the audience, and a lot of people would watch us again, and they would expect those same jokes from us. They would expect me to pretend missing the lyric of a song and saying something else instead. You know, it just became part of the show, of what it is. And let's be real, it is entertainment at the end of the day. It is a show. It's a fantastic show, right? And that's what it is. So I wouldn't call it, like, if I say scripted, I would say good. It's good that it's scripted. It's well thought of. It's a lot of consideration has gone into it. So scripted to me wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, but if you break it down, everything is scripted. I mean, every song you ever listen to, every performance you've ever been to is scripted. They script when they're starting, when they're ending, what happens in between, if there's a wardrobe change, if there are fireworks, you know, what the drummer, when the drummer solo comes, all of it is it's a performance. It's put together in that way. All right, I think I'm gonna call it then. Thank you so much for coming in and for joining me, and you've definitely made my day so much better. بحبكن كتير كتير كتير. I love you all very much, and I'll catch you all very, very, very soon. So weekend of the 17th, 18th, definitely gonna do another live. I'll be in Croatia, and you know, we'll take it from there and start off. Meanwhile, I'm waiting for the disputes to come through for the 5 videos, and hopefully they'll clear out, and you'll see some videos from me come out fresh. If there are videos that you like to go back to and rewatch and they're not there, I'm really sorry about that. It's nothing that I can do. It's literally the algorithm blocking those videos. I'll figure something out. I'll figure a way to put those videos somewhere else so they can be accessible if they don't make it after that. Okay? Papkun. I love you very, very, very much. Okay? Bye, 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 bye. Happy Sunday. You will not be able to